Style Files. Hi, and welcome to DCTV. Before I get started, I would just like to acknowledge that I'm hosting this on the traditional lands of the Wurundjeri people. You might be tuning in from other parts of Australia. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the various lands where you may be joining me today. I pay my respects to elders past, present, and emerging. Okay, so yeah, welcome to DCTV. I'm the host, DC. I'm a fashionista and fashion blogger, host of the DC Style Files fashion blog. And DCTV is on every Monday from 9 o'clock. We talk about fashion, we solve fashion dilemmas, and we have special guests and special segments. And that's on DCTV every week from 9 p.m. Thanks for joining us today. So tonight in the studio, we're lucky enough to have 8 Yorks is here as the house band. Hi 8 Yorks.
Hi.
Hello. Good that you could come back again.
I'm happy as well that I have a brand new mask on.
It's a beautiful mask.
I'm suffocated.
Difficult to breathe.
Yeah, the one I had before was much better. But I really like the fabric. That's why I dressed all check today.
Do you know what type of pattern that is? Is it check or houndstooth?
Pardon?
Is that pattern houndstooth or check?
Yeah.
Yeah, check. And you've got some musical treats for us tonight?
I do my best. My glasses are fogged. I can't breathe, so it's all improvisation.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, we're so lucky to have 8 Yorks in the house again. We've been lucky with the Melbourne restrictions. And another person that we're lucky to have is Morpho. Morpho gets everything set up every week on the DC Style Files. So this week, I'm not sure what Morpho did, but Morpho set up everything you can see behind me. Let's go to, this is some video of Morpho setting things up. Yes, so that was Morpho, always seamlessly setting things up without anyone noticing, as if by magic. So thanks, we're lucky to have Morpho on the team. Some of you might remember that Morpho asked a fashion dilemma in, I think, episode 2. You can check it out online on YouTube if you want to see Morpho's fashion dilemma being answered. And we've also got a studio audience tonight.
Woo! Woo!
Thanks for joining us.
Woo!
Yeah, thanks for coming. Have you come from far?
No.
No? Okay. And I like everyone's dressed really. I like all your outfits. Some pretty impressive looks happening there. I'm loving all the black and white patterns. Look like a lot of clashing patterns, but all in monochrome.
Woo!
Okay, well, we'll probably come back to the studio audience at some point. So yeah, thanks for joining, everyone. On the first, so I've got a fairly new segment on the show called Fash Fave, and I thought I might go to let's go to Fash Fave, and I'll introduce this new segment.
Fash Fave! Fash Fave!
So Fash Fave is, I introduced it last week on the show actually, and it's, Fash Fave is your opportunity to tell me your Fash Fave, your favorite fashion, and then I'll feature it on the show. So um, just let me know. You can send me a photo and some just some info about what's your Fash Fave. So this week on the show, during the week, I got an email from Zen City Live, and Zen City Live sent me a photo of their Fash Fave, so their favorite fashion. So thanks for getting in touch with me, Zen City Live. I was really excited to get the email. Zen City Live, so they wrote me a little bit of information about their Fash Fave. They said, favorite item of clothing, early retirement shoes. These companions have journeyed with me, carried burdens, worn in a variety of contemplative terrain and emotional environments since the mid-2017s. They represent and emit a calm counsel in creative freedom, idea development, artistic integrity, and early retirement from the public service as the classroom teacher. So that's what Zen City Live had to say about these slippers that they sent me. And this is Zen City Live with the slippers there.
Woo!
So they also told me that these are nice soft items that they like to wear after a day of wearing hard shoes at work. So they definitely look quite soft and comfortable. This is Zen City Live wearing them inside. And they look pretty old and like they're made of leather, and maybe they've conformed to Zen City Live's foot, so must be really comfortable to wear. They can be worn outside. Here's the slippers enjoying some time in the sun. And here they are back inside on the carpet. There's a little bit of paint there on the slippers, I can see. Maybe they're a bit of an all-purpose type of shoe that maybe they were being used when Zen City Live was doing some painting. And Zen City Live also told me that he put glue on the bottom of the shoe and fixed it because the sole was coming off, which is a good thing to do with a favorite or a Fash Fave, because you want them to last as long as possible. And you know, if it's a favorite, why not make it live as long as it can live? So that's Zen City Live's Fash Fave.
Fash Fave! Fash Fave!
Hang on.
Woo! Woo! Fash Fave! Fash Fave!
Yeah, so if you have a Fash Fave, like Zen City Live, you can send it to the email address down below, or send me a direct message on Instagram at DC Style Files. All that information is down below for you. So yeah, please send me a photo or a couple of photos, and just a little bit of information about why it's your Fash Fave. You can feel free to send me a video too, if you would like to. So thank you, Zen City Live, for sending in your Fash Fave. It's nice to see, yeah, to hear about your slippers, your favorite item of fashion. They look like some really nice, comfortable ones. I hope they last a long time. If you have if you have a comment for me, or if you want to ask me a fashion dilemma or send a message, we have a chat room here. So I see there's a few messages already. Thanks for joining, everyone. And yeah, so if you have any comments, please join the chat room, and I'll be back in a little bit. I'm going to have a bit more of a look through these messages, but thanks for joining so far, Bad Teeth 69, and Jonathan. Thanks for joining and commenting in the chat room. I'll be back in a little bit, and I'll read through the messages that come up. So yeah, if you have any comments or if you have a fashion dilemma, just post them in the chat room. I'm going to head to an ad. DC has arrived. Welcome everybody to DCTV. Thank you for joining live. He's rolling in the A-listers. He'll do any interview. What have you found out about the world of fashion this week?
Stay tuned for Kenneth's Corner.
And it's all happening live on YouTube. Let's make some clothes. DCTV starring DC. Monday nights at 9 PM live on the DC Style Files YouTube channel. Hi, welcome back to DCTV. I'm your host, DC, and we are live on DCTV. So the next segment is a new one that I'm introducing this week, called Garment to Go. And let's go over to the Garment to Go section.
Garment to go!
Woo! Woo!
So Garment to Go is a new section segment I'm introducing today, and that's where I find an item on the street of clothing that's been thrown away, and I pick it up and I wash it, and then give it a bit of a zhuzhing up, maybe give it a bit of love and care, and some decoration. Try to make it something that someone might love again, that they might pick it up and use it as a fashion item again. So this week, during the week, I looked outside of the DC Style Files HQ, and I saw that this item of clothing was on the chair. That's the one that's just opposite the TV at the HQ. It was all wet in the rain. I took it inside, I washed it, and it's like a little fleecy jumper, one that's worn maybe by a 4-year-old. Something, yeah, like a kid's jumper, maybe a 4-year-old. And so I wanted to make it a bit more fun. So I unpicked it a little bit, and then I had this black scuba material, and I thought I might add this to the arms. It was a kid's outfit, so I wanted to make something fun that another kid might love it. And then I sewed that onto the arms, and then onto the added a little pink pom-pom onto the zip, onto the clasp of the zip. And then I covered up the old logo with a patch that I had made. It's like a screen print of some sunglasses, and I'm known for, as DC, I'm known for wearing sunglasses.
Garment to go!
Yeah, as DC, I'm known for wearing sunglasses, so that's why I put the little patch on at the end. And here's the finished item. So,
Woo! Woo! Yeah! Woo!
So I've got these fun little kind of triangle, I don't know what you'd call them, little fun triangles at the bottom of the sleeves. Spikes. Yeah, I wanted this to be something that was fun, that a kid might pick up. And there's the pom-pom, so you can pull the pom-pom and that pulls the zip down. And then, and here is the, this is like a screen printed pair of sunglasses, screen printed on linen. So as you saw in the video, I sewed that and put the patch over the old logo of the jumper.
Woo!
And that's the garment to go. And what I've done is I have made a little label here, garment to go. And on the other side, I've just written a little message, free to a good home. Item has been washed and decorated by DC.
Woo! Yeah.
And that's my DC signature. So now I thought I might just go and put it back onto the chair at the front. And I'm going to have to leave my microphone here, but 8 Yorks will continue playing. And I might ask for someone in the audience if they could help me to, let's see, oops. Yeah, is there someone in the audience who can come out and help me just to hold the camera? Yeah, that would be great. Thank you. Yeah, if you want to come up. And we'll take camera 2 for a walk, and I'm going to put the garment on the street. So, and I'll just put the microphone down. Thanks for helping, audience member. And yeah, so we'll just go out to the seat and put the garment on the chair. Yes, so welcome back. I hope that you saw, I hope that you were able to see that. Thanks, member of the audience, for helping with the camera work. And so that's a garment to go. That's hopefully that item is now attractive enough that it can easily find a new owner. And so if you are interested in picking up the garment to go, it would suit a small person, like maybe a 4-year-old or younger, I think. And it would suit a sort of a winter climate. Someone with a sense of fun might enjoy that garment. Okay, well that's Garment to Go. So an exciting new segment on the DCTV. So during the week I was on Instagram. Everyone's Style Guru sent me a message. They said, could you please do a segment on clashing patterns, yes or no? So thanks for getting in touch with me, Everyone's Style Guru. I can do a segment on clashing patterns. So I thought I would, I thought maybe Kenneth could help me to start with. And then we can have a look at clashing patterns. So,
I love you, Kenneth! I love you!
oh, we've got a fan, big Kenneth fan I can see in the studio audience. Um,
Woo!
yeah, so Kenneth's very popular. So yeah, Kenneth. Hi, Kenneth.
Hi, DC.
Yeah, so I've got a fashion dilemma, or someone's asked me to look into clashing patterns, Kenneth. So maybe you could just help me with the basics. So what's a pattern, Kenneth?
A pattern is just a repeated element. You only need to repeat it a few times and then it becomes a pattern. For example, I'm turning myself into a pattern right now. Types of patterns in fashion include stripes, floral, dots, check, camouflage, tartan, fruits, and balls. And I'm just showing you some of the pattern prints I happen to have in my wardrobe at the moment. Designers have used patterns for a long time in fashion. Did you know that military camouflage was spurred by the increasing range and accuracy of firearms in the 19th century? For a comprehensive survey of the history and theory of decorative art, check out E.H. Gombrich's The Sense of Order.
And are you into clashing patterns, Kenneth?
Personally, I like clashing patterns. For example, here's a look where I've combined some of my favourite patterned items.
Oh, that's a great look. I love that.
Woo!
Thanks for the info, Kenneth.
Not a problem, DC. I love researching fashion.
So yeah, Kenneth's a very popular person in the studio audience. Yeah, well, that was a great look and great information there from Kenneth. So thanks, Kenneth. Okay, so yeah, clashing patterns. So I did once do I have looked into patterns. I think it was Nick who asked me when is there too many patterns or too much patterns, something like that. So I have looked into it before, but I thought it would be worth exploring again. So the first time I looked into it for Nick, let's see, I went to one of the large department stores and I just went around and grabbed a few patterned clothes, whatever ones that I could find, and tried to put them together into some outfits. Just to test the idea of when is too many patterns. And the mirrored rooms in the changing rooms were really great for adding to the amount of patterns in the room. Really helping me to test out that question. And I decided that the more patterns, the better. So I don't think there is ever too many patterns. But when I did that, yes, I thought it might be, that was a couple of years ago now, and I thought it might be time to reinvestigate patterns. And of course I had the question from everyone's style guru. And also when I was in the department store, I just grabbed a few items here and there, whatever had patterns. I didn't really have any real strategy, like in coming up with an outfit. It was just a bit of this, a bit of that. So what I would recommend with clashing patterns is that you might want to, yes, clash with the pattern, but you might want to, you can restrict yourself to a color palette.
Woo!
So for example, in this look, I just chose black and white patterns, a monochrome look. And these are all clashing patterns. There's there's a bit of a wave pattern, and there's some dots, and some squiggly lines, and a bit of a checkerboard, and some stripes there. So all different sorts of patterns. I think this is a bit of a houndstooth pattern. And something that has been updated since when I last looked at patterns is that we wear masks now in Melbourne, and I've got a dot pattern and stripe pattern on my mask. Doesn't you can try. Doesn't have to be black and white. This is just another look that I came up with, yellow and black. There's a cheetah print there. Bit of a square print. That looks like houndstooth to me. Tiger. Electricity or lightning bolt pattern. And quite a nice look. And then this look here, I just did a bit of everything. So I didn't restrict myself to a color palette. I just went and got as many patterns and colors as I could. Cat pattern, floral, and it's like a paisley tie, 80s print, and big dots. Creating a bit of a fun look, but I added this jacket too. So this jacket is a bit of a patchwork of many different patterns. Too many patterns really to talk about any of them, but lots of different patterns in the one jacket. And that's as many patterns as I could fit into a look. And I still think that it's okay. It creates a pretty fashionable and exciting look. So I might just do a quick summary. So you can restrict your color scheme if you're going to clash with patterns. Create something that's black and white or black and yellow, for example. Or it's actually okay if you just want to do a bit of everything. Don't restrict your color, don't restrict yourself on patterns, and you've got a great look there.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Yeah, so thanks for getting in touch with me, everyone's style guru. And it's great to revisit patterns. I've got some new clothes now, so it was nice to put them together and make some outfits. So if you have something that you would like me to look into, or if you have a fashion dilemma, get in touch with me and send it to me via social media, or let me know in the chat room. I will do some research, look into it, come up with a solution, and present that on DCTV on a future episode. I'm just going to go to a quick ad. Hi, DC here from the DC Style Files. Do you have a fashion emergency? If so, get in touch with me and I'll get back to you with a fashion solution. And this is a shirt that I've been given by one of the viewers of the DC Style Files, who knew that we were going to be looking into patterns tonight. So this is a shirt that has a bunch of different patterns in the one look. So thank you to that viewer for allowing me to wear this on the show tonight. A show where we explore patterns. And I should say, I guess I should answer the question everyone's style guru gave me, yes or no? Yes or no to clashing patterns? Well, I would have to say yes. So whether you do it in a, a monochrome way, or whether you just go carte blanche and a bit of everything, I would say yes, it can definitely work, and it's pretty exciting to clash with patterns. Yeah, and I think the audience agrees, the live audience agrees. So I might go into, what are we up to now? I might go and visit the chat room quickly. Let's have a look. So, just make sure that I'm not missing any of the chat messages. So I'll start at the top. Bad Teeth 69 and Jonathan. Jonathan says hi from Tassie. Hi, Jonathan. Bad Teeth 69 asked me Morpho from G.I. Joe. I don't know about that Morpho. I'll have to look into that. G.I. Joe did appear in Kenneth's Corner though, I noticed. Oh, I think so. Bad Teeth 69 is happy to see the studio audience is in the house. And they said very nice shoes. Bad Teeth 69, what is the best method to rejuvenate tired sneakers? That's a good question, Bad Teeth 69. I don't really know. Something I would have to think about. Usually you rejuvenate something by adding a bit of water, and then it sort of comes back to life. But yeah, you could possibly give it a bit of a scrub. Add a little bit of water, and then get a cloth or something, and just give it a bit of a scrub, and then that'll rejuvenate the sneakers, the tired sneakers. Give them a fresh new look. Hopefully, bring out the colour again. Jonathan said soak it in vodka. That's a good idea too. David says, hey there, Fash Fave is a top new segment. Thanks, David. Thanks for joining. And I'm enjoying Fash Fave too. Zen City Live. Thanks for joining us, Zen City Live. These are some great new segments, DC. Yep, and thanks for sending your Fash Fave, Zen City Live. Kids like dinosaurs, so I think they'd really enjoy the dino design, the spikes on the... So you're talking about the Garment to Go Zen City Live. I think that definitely kids do like dinosaurs, so hopefully, I haven't had a look, but I think the garment's still out there, Garment to Go. But hopefully it won't be long and someone will pick it up and use it. Bad Teeth 69 says I could put it in a frame, like a football jersey, and sell it in 100 years for $1 million. Yep, that's not a bad idea. Jonathan needs that t-shirt, but Jonathan I know is streaming in from, joining us from Tasmania. So if it rains, I will bring it in, I think. Wake me up before you Garment to Go-Go. That's a funny, could be a funny title for the segment. Bad Teeth 69 loves the music. Nada, thanks for joining us. She's enjoying the audience support. Michelle asks, is Kenneth single? I don't know, Michelle. Oh, Michele. Michele. I couldn't read that. I think... Michele, I think that, thanks for joining us. I don't know, Kenneth is a dad, but I don't... Yeah, I think, I don't know if Kenneth is single. Maybe I can ask Kenneth next time. Nada says, do you think I can do pinstripes with pinstripes? Different width stripes, vertical pinstripes. I think definitely you can. Nada, I wouldn't, yeah, I think that would be a great look. And that's another way of clashing patterns, potentially, but coming up with a themed look. Zen City Live has a question for Kenneth. When is repetition too repetitive in a pattern? And is pattern clash good to break up too much repetition? Let's see what Zen City Live... let's go to Kenneth now and see what Kenneth has to say about that. So hi Kenneth, you've got a Zen City Live has asked you a question. When is repetition too repetitive in a pattern? And is pattern clash good to break up too much repetition?
Yes, absolutely, DC.
Great. Good answer.
You've done it again, DC.
Thanks, Kenneth. Yeah, so there you go, Zen City Live. Peter, so thanks for joining, Peter. Great to have you again. Kenneth's popularity amongst the studio audience is great to see. A lesser host would be quite envious. Yeah, that's true. I am a little bit envious of Kenneth's popularity, but that's okay. I also am a big fan of Kenneth. Michele, patterns can be enhanced in House of Mirrors. Yes, yep. It's a good way of amping up the fun of the patterns. Amazing work, says Jonathan. Thank you. Pattern upon pattern can sometimes give a moire effect. We need Gorilla DC style files stickers so we can stick them on lampposts. That's a good idea. Thanks, Jonathan. And Zen City Live says, thanks, Kenneth. Great succinct response. Yes, that was a good response by Kenneth. So what? Oh, so next we have Viewer of the Week. So the Viewer of the Week this week is Popovich. So here we've got some big fans of Popovich in the audience too tonight. So congratulations, Popovich. That's a photo of Popovich, and Popovich has been watching. I've seen them in the audience every DCTV, and they've been making comments usually towards the end of the DCTV. And the reason Popovich is Viewer of the Week is Popovich asked a great dilemma once. They asked me if I could make a unique hat for them, or give them advice on how to have a unique hat. I made this hat out of leaves for Popovich because I thought that Popovich would have leaves at their disposal, and this is a hat that no other cat would have. It's a unique one-off hat. And so that's why I made that hat as a suggestion of what Popovich could do to have a unique hat, a one-of-a-kind that they won't see any other cat wearing when they're going down the street. So, yeah, congratulations, Popovich. Yeah, so... yeah, some real fans there. And I'm just going to adjust my microphone on here. And I'll go to camera 2. And I'm going to... so when you're Viewer of the Week, you get a signed photo of DC. So let's just go to camera 2. There we go. And so I'm just going to sign this photograph of DC for Popovich. So, dear Popovich, love your hat and your style. And then I'm going to put an exclamation mark, and then I'm going to sign it with my usual love heart and initials here and sunglasses. So congratulations, Popovich, for being Viewer of the Week. That's a great achievement. And then, so this signed photo will be sent out in the post to Popovich. So yeah, congratulations, Popovich. Okay, now I might just quickly visit the chat room. Let's see. Yep, so Michele, patterns can also be seen in clouds. Sounds like Michele is a dreamer like me. Popovich rocks, says Nada. Well done, Popovich. Yeah, some people. Popovich will be so impressed, then unimpressed, then impressed by this, says Nada. So, well, that sounds positive. At least Popovich won't be indifferent. Well, maybe for a bit. Okay, well, that's the end of another show. Thanks for joining, everyone, and watching DCTV. So we'll be back next week. I think, as far as I know, 8 Yorks and the live audience will be back next week. Is that true? Possibly. Yep. So yeah, every week, 9 o'clock. Got some exciting fashion dilemmas that I'm working on that are to come, and send me one if you have one, and I'll look into it, present a solution on DCTV. Stay stylish, and see you next week.
Woo!
The DC Style File.